Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that you're going about multitasking completely wrong. There's a better way to do it. Let's get into it. Good day, YouTube. My name is Ali, and this is Work vs. Life, a show dedicated to bringing you creative ideas and advice to help you win back your workday and lead a balanced life. So I'm not here to put down multitasking. It's necessary. We all kind of do it every day, and I do it, and sometimes I don't even do it right. But the goal of this episode is to kind of get you to think a little differently about multitasking and do it the right way. You see, there's the right way to do multitasking and the wrong way. The wrong way is something like, I'm gonna do a Zoom call and I'm gonna cook dinner at the same time. Cooking dinner involves recipe, it involves measurement, it involves making sure you don't burn the chicken. These tasks mean that you have to pay attention to doing them. The other part is you're on a Zoom call with some people and they might want to ask you a question and you're not paying attention because you're stirring the pot. Most people think that multitasking will allow them to get things done quicker. But in my mind, I don't think that works because you just don't give those tasks the attention they deserve. And what ends up happening is it takes you the same amount of time to get them done. My method here is different though. What I like to do is plan my multitasking out in a way where I do an autonomous task and I do a creative / problem solving task at the same time. So what I like to propose here is the right type of multitasking. It takes a little bit of planning, but it's not difficult to achieve. You see, you have a monkey brain. It's the part of your brain that gets you distracted all the time. You're working on a project and all of a sudden your phone flashes and you look down and you're deep into your social media. What we like to do is give that monkey brain a task. So what I like to do is kind of think about what I'm going to multitask and do it in a way where I can give my monkey brain a pacifier and keep it occupied so my creative and problem-solving mind can come through. A good example of that is mowing the lawn and thinking of lines for my presentation, or washing the dishes and trying to come up with some new marketing campaigns for one of my clients. This allows me to think of things while I'm just washing some dishes. My brain can handle the dishwashing part, but the creative stuff is just happening in between all that. That is true multitasking. So you have to really think about where you can fit your autonomous tasks in with your problem-solving tasks. What I like to do is I like to go for a run or for a walk and creatively think while I'm doing that. So the other day, while I was thinking about content for this episode, I was actually on one of my runs and I wasn't really coming up with the exact terminology that I was going to use in this episode, but I was rehearsing some of the fun lines that I would use, so it was productive. It wasn't like I was script writing and running at the same time. I was just running and thinking of ideas, and that is the most realistic way to multitask. So there's an appropriate time to do all this. I generally think that multitasking is not the right thing to do. I think you should just plan out your times, use a smart list, block out the time that you need to work on a specific project and just work on it. So realistically, multitasking should not be used for huge, mind-bending, creative problem-solving tasks. What you should really focus your multitasking on are things that are problem-solving, smaller tasks, so those little tasks don't really burden you or worry you when you're doing your bigger tasks. So this is a proven technique because if you ever Google things like the Memory World Championships or Memory Olympics and how they train for these events, you can see people getting on bikes and memorizing long numbers, or going for a hike and reading a dictionary and trying to remember pages out of a dictionary. This is amazing stuff. I don't really know the mechanism of action about why this stuff works, but I can tell you from my own practice that when I do this type of multitasking, I get things done and I can actually lessen anxiety in my head. So I ask you guys to do the same thing. Think of some autonomous tasks that you need to take care of during the day. Do you have to mow a lawn? Do you have to wash a dish? Take those tasks and couple them with some type of problem solving and creative task. And ask yourself, did you get your problem solved that day by doing it this way? If you did, go ahead and like this video and leave me a comment below on what autonomous task you coupled with your creative task to create your new multitasking. So in this video, we talk a lot about multitasking and how we can divide our tasks the right way. The techniques and the deep dive is in this video right here called Free Thinking. Go ahead and watch it and let me know what you think.